I keep hearing stories from friends who tried to save a few dollars on a budget lift chair and ended up with a squeaky, half-reclining seat that never quite got them up when they needed it. The regret is real. You've already paid for the chair, and now you're stuck shuffling around or, worse, calling a handyman to fix something that should have just worked. That's why I wanted to see if the DYNOX Power Lift Recliner feels like a smarter purchase rather than another cheap disappointment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest hesitation anyone has with a lift chair is whether the motor will actually lift you without jerking or stalling, especially if you're on the heavier side or have limited strength. I dug into a handful of user questions on the manufacturer's site and the few review snippets that are out there, and the common thread is relief when the chair does what it promises, a smooth, controlled rise. The DYNOX model uses a dual motor system, which is a step up from single-motor budget units that can feel wobbly. In practice, that means when the button is pressed, the seat lifts in a steady arc, keeping your hips level and giving you the confidence that you won't be caught mid-movement. If you're an elderly person who spends a good portion of the day watching TV, reading, or just relaxing with a cup of tea, the ability to go from a fully reclined, almost flat position to an upright sitting posture without strain is a game-changer. The lay flat feature is designed for people who want to nap or even do light stretching without getting out of the chair. I imagined a scenario where someone with knee arthritis could lie back, set the recline to a gentle 30-degree angle, and then, when it's time to get up for dinner, hit the lift button and be standing in under a minute. That kind of independence is the core value this chair brings. Now, who should actually consider buying this particular model? The sweet spot is anyone over 55 who values a blend of comfort and functional assistance, especially those who have mobility challenges but still want a piece of furniture that looks respectable in a living room. The genuine leather upholstery adds a touch of class that cheap vinyl chairs lack, and the reinforced frame promises durability for years of daily use. If you're someone who enjoys a little extra pampering, the built-in 4-point vibration massage and dual heating panels can turn a regular TV night into a mini spa session. Think of a cold winter evening. You press the heat button, the back warms up, and the gentle vibrations ease the stiffness in your lower back after a day of gardening. On the flip side, there are clear reasons to walk away. If you're under 60, live alone, and don't have any medical or mobility concerns, you might find the lift mechanism and extra features unnecessary. The chair weighs a good amount, so moving it around the house requires at least 2 people or a dolly, which isn't ideal for renters who frequently rearrange furniture. Also, the price point sits above the entry-level market, so if your budget is tight and you only need a simple recliner without the lift function, you'll likely be paying for features you'll never use. A practical weakness that shows up when you think about real-world usage is the assembly process. The product advertises easy assembly, and for someone with basic DIY skills it's doable, but it isn't a plug-and-play experience. The instructions assume you have a screwdriver and a bit of patience, and the final step of plugging in the power module can be a little confusing for those not comfortable with electrical connections. I'd recommend setting aside an hour and maybe having a friend help, just to avoid the frustration of a half-assembled chair that can't be used. Another consideration is the weight limit. The model is rated for 350 pounds, which covers most users, but it's something to keep in mind if the chair will be shared between 2 larger adults. The dual-motor design distributes the load, yet you'll still feel the strain if you regularly exceed that limit, and the warranty could become a point of contention. Speaking of warranty, the official details aren't highlighted in the marketing copy, so you'll have to dig a little deeper or call customer service to understand what's covered in case of motor hiccups after a few years. The heat and massage functions are where the chair really earns its premium badge. The 4-point vibration targets the lumbar region, shoulders, and lower back, which is useful for anyone who suffers from chronic soreness. I imagined a scenario where a retiree who does a lot of woodworking spends a few minutes after a long day with the massage on, then flips the heat on while reading a book. The warmth penetrates the muscles, and the vibration loosens tension, creating a quick recovery routine without needing to book a therapist. That said, the massage intensity is modest enough for a soothing effect, but not strong enough for deep tissue work. If you're